The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, and I'm a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? For Jews do not associate with Samaritans." That's John chapter 4, verse 9. What's your identity, guys? How do you identify yourself? In this story and in this culture of this story that the story takes place, being a woman was a major drawback. Okay, that's why she mentions it. Women were not equal to men. Her entire life, this woman was told, keep your head down, do what you're told, you don't deserve much, if anything, at all. And maybe you're a woman and this sounds familiar, but the truth is, many people hear stuff like that their entire lives, right? I've heard it in my life. Just think about the tough boss who treats their staff like they're absolutely nothing. Have you ever been treated that way? I have. That's why I think this story is so awesome, because this woman represents a piece of all of us. You know, we've all kind of walked in her shoes a little bit. Now, all of this discrimination was in her own Samaritan culture, all while all around the Jews were saying, "You're Samaritans, you don't deserve to be alive. We want nothing to do with you. We're not going to associate ourselves with you." John goes out of his way to make this point. In brackets, at the end of this verse, he says, "For Jews do not associate with Samaritans." But here's Jesus, asking this woman for a drink. Can you see how the Samaritan woman was probably just shocked that he was speaking to her? She truly believed that she was unworthy. She did not deserve him or to be in conversation with him whatsoever. But Jesus proves that he's not put off by her identity. Think about it. Strictly biologically speaking, Jesus is inviting her, this woman, to supply his body with the most essential need. That's just water. Socially speaking, Jesus is inviting to be associated with this woman, right? That's what he's inviting her to. A teacher who's gaining immense popularity in broad daylight, talking with this strange woman. Jesus was not repulsed by her identity for 1 second. But guys, her identity really stumbled her, didn't it? If we could just hear their dialogue, I bet she said something like, "How can you ask me for a drink?" You know what I mean? She felt completely unworthy and undeserving. Have you ever felt that way? Honestly, guys, sometimes I do. Maybe for you it's just as simple as accepting the fact that Jesus accepts you for who you are and wants a relationship with you, despite your current identity. You see, the Jews did not associate themselves with Samaritans, but Jesus did. The men did not publicly speak with women, but Jesus did. People in your life may push themselves away from you and not have anything to do with you, but not Jesus. In this story, we see how Jesus reaches out to people like you and me, guys, to the outcasts. He sees past all of our name tags and layers. He sees past our history. He looks past even our biology. And he looks at our hearts. And he looks at our very being. And he reaches out to us. And he speaks with us. And he loves on us.